G
G
Gundam's
Gundam is
G Gundam's a little
G
different,
Gundam.
but we're not counting that one
G
still.
Gundam and Gurren Lagann are a little bit different, but most mech anime are politically oriented versus show.
Hi, boss.
Yellow.
Well, hello there. So yeah, we're talking our top five.
So,
So, and by
what?
the way, the idea is that we come to some kind of consensus here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Lucky Red here, and with a bunch of the boys, we got blue, we got yellow, we got pink, we got magenta. uh, we got the boys here. Enjoy the J stars in the background because we got something very important to talk about. Who is definitively the Garbage Gang has personally decided who the top five best shonen protagonists are. We can't.
Well, we haven't decided yet, but we will hopefully.
Yeah. No, that's why we're going to be bitching about it. Now, this will entail only sports, and as we've just clarified to ourselves, will only entail sports and battle-centric shonen anime. This will not include mecha anime, which kind of falls into its own category to a degree. And
We're looking at shows that are growth centric, like your My Hero, your Dragon Ball, and stuff like that.
yeah.
Once the major themes shift away from it, that's although it might be in the shonen category, that's not what we're going to be talking about.
So would you consider Fullmetal Alchemist to not be a growth one?
No, Full Metal Alchemist does count.
Okay.
I would
'cause
argue it is because growth is a big theme of the
True.
show.
I just
Even
wasn't
if-
sure because the ones that you mentioned, I wasn't sure if you meant growth as in generally becomes like gets power upgrades as they go along type.
It doesn't
Nah,
have
it doesn't
to be
have
power
to just
growth.
be that.
Most
They can
shonen
grow as
shows
a
are
person.
about character growth. Good
Okay,
shonen
cool.
shows are about character growth.
Got
And
it.
And
those,
then bad ones like Bleach are about power growth.
yeah. I mean, you can have both,
Yeah.
but character growth is going to, at least for me, put you in a better spot.
I'd
Stop
like to
it,
see a
Ichigo.
show where you only get one, besides a Blood Battle Blockade.
Yeah.
Well, you did get one. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. I
But
kind of challenged
otherwise this
myself
could
and it was a
get-
bad idea.
Otherwise, this could get really weird with a lot of like outliers where it's like, yeah, that's technically a shonen show because it's pure demographic, but it's not really what we're talking about. I'm all
hey,
for
they finally-
technicalities, but I figure we'll get that knocked out of the way real quick.
Cool. Oh hey, they finally put Arc on sale for me.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Nice.
I might do it. $15.
It's yeah, that's all you need to
I
spend.
like it weird.
We're on a map that's
Are you guys all still playing or?
yeah, me and Andy are. Jaime was on a little bit ago, and I think yesterday Isaac, you hopped on for like a couple minutes.
Joe hates me and keeps leaving my
Yeah, I
maps
hopped on
behind.
for a bit. Give me a second, grab my food.
What? Why do I hate you, Tay?
Because you keep leaving the maps and my monsters behind. I had that dope RG on, what's it called? The last one that I played.
Oh,
How could
yeah,
you?
because we needed
To clarify,
that
we
one.
still have all that stuff. It's just
Yeah, that's
saved.
there. We just have to transfer, or we just have to.
And now you have your
set some
Island
time.
of Dragons.
Yeah, your Island of Dragons is still there.
But Tammy's gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
like the other
totally
80,000 are still
I'm-
there.
I'm totally down with going back to the center just to get Tammy, just so you can have her. Cause like I totally understand why you would need to have a Giga. Totally.
I feel like that was a dig, and you don't feel that way.
Oh no!
entire
If
time-
you were looking at my screen right now, that is far from the truth.
I'll say the entire time you were talking to me, Joe, it sounded like a mom trying not.
Clearly,
Trying
this
not
is
to,
very
uh,
important.
Really
your
fucking call their
dragon.
kids stupid or
Relax,
something.
you're good.
That's
It's
terrible.
okay.
That's what it
What the
sounded
fuck?
like.
I'm trying to be like, yeah, man, I totally get it. We'll set some time aside, and then
I know, it's just the way you
Yeah, we're
said
just
it.
telling you
And
what
you're
you
saying,
said.
You're like, I mean, I get
We're
it.
just
like,
telling you what you
you
actually
want
said.
this, you know? what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're just reading it like I'm an asshole or something.
Um,
But yeah, we we could do that at some point. Just like let me know.
Cool.
So, I think the best way to start this, though, for our discussion of who truly is, should be presenting some characters, and we then up that character, because that character doesn't belong on this fucking list.
Me and you should definitely go first since we have the biggest heads up.
It's true. I have a whole list because I wrote them all down. It was.
I had a good amount in my head, but I narrowed it down to, I think, about 5.
I made it a point to include everyone I could theoretically come up with, and then looked up a lot more.
Now, I want to specify. Now, I didn't get a chance to talk much with you about this, but there's 2 criteria I personally am looking at and I feel like should be looked at. It is both the quality of the character, i.e., their character growth, how they influence the characters around them and all that stuff, but also their role as a protagonist. Well, sure.
But you're right.
But also their role as a protagonist and how much the show is affected by them, and more or less how much the show would be different and probably worse if you filled a different character into their role.
So yeah, I won't be looking at that either. I kept it simple.
What did you look at?
Do I like the character? Yes. Are they a good character? Also yes. There you go. There's my criteria.
I mean, to be fair, that first thing is, are they a good character? That was my first criteria.
Yeah. But
are
do
they
I
a good
like
character,
them?
and are they good as the protagonist? Those are my 2 criteria.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all you need.
Protagonists.
So, the first person I'm going to bring up is someone I think could be on the list, but I don't know if I would make him on top 5. Also, though it may be disappointing to some, none of these characters are genetically female. Because shonen battle anime have a certain demographic that they strive for exclusively and ignore every other demographic. So I gotta say, a character that I know quite well, Natsu Dragneel, is of course a very famous and popular shonen protagonist. But I wanted to only bring him up immediately because I wanted to get away with people who I don't think should be on the list at all.
Oh yeah, no, fully agree there. Anyone here want Natsu on the list?
No.
Y'all
No,
big
not
fairy
really.
tale fans?
Like I watched it, but yeah, no.
I think
No.
read...
Broseph, I can tell by your tone that you're actually really want Natsu Dragneel, who you thought was the best character of the show, to
For
be on this
sure.
list. Sure.
I feel like we should go one character at a time.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, on that same note, I'm gonna post Ichigo Kurosaki.
God damn it, Isaac! Why did you
I
have
think
to
I'm
fucking
gonna
attack-
post Inuyasha. Sorry, Tayshawn. I misspoke. I meant Inuyasha the whole time. Ichigo
Yeah.
Oh,
Inuyasha.
that's fair.
Hey,
Real close.
he's top 5 at screaming the name Kagome. So
He is.
Ooh,
He's at
that's
least in
fair.
there.
top 5.
He's at
Top
least
5.
top 5.
I like the idea that he's not actually number 1. That someone actually.
We didn't say he wasn't number 1.
We don't know.
He makes that list.
Yeah.
What? I'm
least top
disliking
5.
all your vids till you become woke.
By the way, I'm looking forward to how many fan bases.
I
we're
love
gonna
that
piss off with
response
this first
to
round.
us not including Natsu or Inuyasha.
I
So-
feel like that was gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, that's the idea of these.
Yeah, but at least with the other ones, you could argue that some of us will argue for and against. These ones are ones that we're all just gonna universally boot stomp.
So Inuyasha, I actually like him to a degree, probably more so than like a handful of other characters we'll bring up. He's nowhere near the top 5 though, like at all. He's nowhere near
The
there.
thing with Inuyasha is Inuyasha, and I've said this about the show, I will say this about the character. If Inuyasha, the show, was 25 to 50 episodes long, this wouldn't be a discussion. He just probably wouldn't get brought up. He's a completely fine character. The problem is that the combined total of Inuyasha and the final act is about 200 episodes, and he has little to no character growth outside the first 10 or 20.
Dude, he's really angry all the time though.
Yeah, that doesn't
He's
change.
like super tsundere though.
Top 5
Baka.
angry.
Trying to think who else. Well, then I guess next we can whoever wants to put in for their next.
We're just going at this point. We're just going down who's in the chat in what order. So
I
Tayshawn
have
would be
like
next.
one so far.
You have one so far.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
then
request that
we'll-
we
Yeah.
don't include Deku.
That we don't or do?
Don't. For kind
you're
of the
gonna,
opposite
You're
reason.
gonna make me throw
of,
hands.
You gotta explain it.
I'll actually fight
for
you.
kind of for kind of the opposite reason of Inuyasha, mostly because I feel like we all will just agree. Oh yeah, Deku's like really high up, or number one. I feel like that's a boring conversation. There's not going to really be any discussion there.
Wrong. That's one of the reasons this is going to be a fight because I think he's top 10. I don't think he's top 5.
I disagree still. I still think.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Damn. I think starting with everyone submitting people to just not be included is a good way to start. Oh man, you want Deku out? That you're hurting me, man.
Let's see.
But I think everyone should have a right to just pick one character to just not be included. And if your pick is Deku, then I will allow it.
It is.
Though. All right.
No, that's like half the fun of this list was going to be that fight.
Fine. It won't be Deku. Let me come back to me, and I'll figure someone else out who can.
What about Ichigo?
I'm not
That's
excluding Ichigo.
Interesting.
You know what? Come back to me.
Come back to you? Okay.
Alright.
Come back.
Joe,
You know-
you're next on the list.
Yeah, let's hear you,
Dude,
Abrasive.
I have zero anything prepared. Jesus.
That's fine.
Fucking
Yeah, that's fair.
Tripped on my
we'll go
own
with-
tongue. Awesome.
He would go with Bakugo. I'm sorry, Bakugo can't be on the list. He is not a protagonist. I
Yeah,
think
it's not a protagonist.
that's also an important differentiation that we gotta include is that the people who qualify must
As
be
much as
actually
Bruno
the
Bucciarati is effectively the main character of Golden Wind.
he is not
technically,
the
so he can't be on this list.
protagonist. That's another thing.
know,
Like,
I honestly, I'd probably say that Giorno probably shouldn't be on the list anyway.
Giorno.
But yeah, he wasn't really that good
Yeah.
of a protagonist.
Okay, there's only one
Gentleman.
JoJo character that should be on this list, and I'll bring him up.
Well, in terms, that's what that is
Wait,
what
you
I
say
say.
Joe Bro or JoJo?
JoJo. Because
Yeah.
remember,
I
this
think
is protagonist. That means the no Joe Bros can be on the list. Also, no characters that could technically count as a protagonist in the show. They must actually be the protagonist.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no Neville Longbottom shit here.
I don't know what you mean. Neville was the protagonist.
Nani?
I love Neville Longbottom and the Sorcerer's Stone.
yeah, you like the kid who
Character
just kind of
development.
bitches the whole movie.
Yeah. Actually,
Kind of
Vacation Curse.
cries. He kind of cries.
Yeah, but then he
He
tells
kinda-
you guys you can't do the fun, interesting things in the movie. You have to do the
He
boring,
tells that to
nothing
people
thing.
once in the whole movie.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and that's all he
that
does.
is not a discussion we need to have right
No,
now.
no,
He gets
no, no, we're
fucking
talking about
murked
protagonists.
because of
yeah, he does.
Oh,
Give a fuck.
Jesus.
Anyway, so Broseph, you say Giorno of the Jojes is excluded.
For sure.
Okay.
That's not even like worth an argument. That's
He's saying I'm also
Yeah.
talking about the porn version. I don't know who's in the porn versions,
whoa.
so I can't speak on those, the validity of those protagonists.
So we come down to you, Mike.
So, I haven't watched a ton of shonen anime, so this is hard for me to even because I feel like I don't have a good frame of reference for a lot of these.
That's
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah.
But we'll be talking about a lot of common ones, so later on that shouldn't be a
True.
problem.
I will
I mean,
say
to be fair-
Naruto's always annoyed the shit out of me. So maybe
Yeah.
him.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Naruto, like his series, is a very up and down character.
So then he submits that Neredir cannot, in fact, make the top 5.
Oh, sad day.
So that comes to you, Tayshawn.
Yeah, you're back up.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. Not that I think anyone but me would have brought him up anyway, but I'm gonna go with Ganta. from
Who?
Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
totally
I
forgot about that show.
Same.
So that's fair.
Not really that memorable. I mean, it's just
I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember him, so that doesn't say a lot.
yeah.
At least the show was so aggressively edgy that it sticks in my brain. But
I didn't even
Yeah,
have
not
him
the
on my list because I did not even think about him.
I actually, true story. I used to read the manga before it became an anime.
Not surprising. That's
One of
how
those
that's how I
weird
checked
ones
out
that
Bleach.
grabbed me.
I actually read the manga before the
True.
anime came out. I was a Bleach fan before that.
same, actually.
I don't remember if
Yeah,
I was,
me
if
too. I also did that.
I can't remember if
No, I take
it
it
was
back. No,
manga or anime
I-
first, actually.
I was big on the subs before the anime came out in America. I didn't read the manga.
I
Not
didn't.
that bad.
I didn't. That did not happen to me.
I feel
I
like
jumped
might
on
have
that
read manga
bandwagon
first, but I just
earlier.
can't remember.
But not like manga early.
hmm
I jumped on it when people were all hype about this new show, Bleach. Check out the wacky fan subs, Oni-chan.
Okay.
You need to never say
Baka.
that again.
Dude, fan subs were a
Oh,
different
Oni-chan.
time and place, dude.
Oh, I
they
remember
still
fans.
exist. They're still there, man.
I know,
They've gone
but
nowhere.
they're very uncommon.
Guys, I gotta leave this
Comparatively.
chat for a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Has
All
just
right.
come up.
We'll come back
That's
to you.
because he brought up fan
Okay.
subs. That's what it was.
It was.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
It's
Good
okay.
luck, Mike.
Thanks.
All right. So now we have. We're down to actual.
I really got into
participants.
Tide Pods, but not really a Bleach fan myself. It's pretty good.
All
right.
So
So those are
Lucky
who we
Red.
definitely can't include in the top 5. So, I guess we definitely start with our presenting the first person that we submit for possible number 5.
side note before we get started,
Yes.
Broseph, you should definitely change your online tag to Mighty Magenta.
To what?
Just thought of it. Mighty Magenta.
Mighty Magenta.
Mighty Magenta.
Should definitely be.
Oh, instead of my usual tag, which is blasphemy.
I mean, yeah.
Or-
Well, in the context of the color-based names.
Ah.
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zach.
I vote Michael goes either Perky Pink or Putrid Pink.
I think he would appreciate both.
I do too. So I say someone who should make the list. Maybe not higher than top 5, but should definitely be in the top 5. I present Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star.
Funny enough, I thought about throwing him on mine, but it's kind of one of my low ball arguments.
So Kenshiro is definitely a protag of his time. That being the 1970s and 80s.
I was about to say he was 80s.
Yeah, he was. He was entirely in the 80s. But he was a project of the 80s. Literally was entirely inspired by Mad Max. And
With
it's
some Bruce Lee thrown in.
yeah, it's literally what if Mad Max starred a jacked Bruce Lee, who's also like a giant white guy.
Well, it's hard to tell with
with the anime,
white
but
version.
and the manga and stuff.
Unless they're Chinese, because the Japanese are a little bit on the racist side to the Chinese.
Yes, still are. So.
Oh, I said they are, not they were.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So I say that Kenshiro is a simple character. He's just a normal dude who's just trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic, literally Mad Max post-apocalypse. The thing about him, though, I'd say his only real negative is that he is aggressively simple. There's like nothing else to him. He's just a guy who's also an allegory for Jesus.
That's kind of my big. That's the reason I didn't consider him. Is because he's a good protagonist. He's not a good character. He's got next to no personality. He's great for the show, but there's not a whole lot interesting
his
about him.
personality is he's a good guy.
He's stoic. He is stoic. That is his whole character. He is stoic. Like him and Jotaro, peas in a pod.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Strong, silent.
Although I
type.
would actually argue, at least in subsequent parts, Jotaro has more personality.
Also, Jotaro's more of a punk, and Kenshiro's just a good guy, and that's about it.
I mean, that's fair, but
So he's
that
more
just
like
kind of means that
Jonathan.
Jotaro's got a little bit more going on.
Yeah, he's more like Jonathan. Which is why also I love Jonathan.
Oh. Well, do we have any more to say on him?
He's got the coolest moves. He's overpowered as shit, but he looks dope as fuck, and that's about it. He just looks really cool.
I do miss having overpowered protagonists once in a while. Like we got Saitama and we got Mob.
Yeah.
Like just the, cool ass, big strong man character. I kind of miss having them as a protag. But they're very difficult to write for that reason.
Yup.
So I understand why they're less common. How about you two? Tay and Joe?
Still looking through my shonen lists and trying to
No,
pick
I meant like on Kenshiro.
Oh, Kenshiro?
Yeah.